self-destruct. They've kind of weathered the storm through games. They've come close to a couple of ejections, got into it with officials and whatnot. Will this team self-destruct? And I think that's what a lot of people are expecting to see at some point during the season. Maybe not this game, but at some point, the way they fight amongst each other, you can see why people are expecting this team to do just that. However, they haven't done it to this point. They just keep winning games, and that's what it is. They lost one game so far this season. They're 5-1. Man, they're putting up their defense. Oh man, what can you say? First in the league, and when I say first in the league, I mean 9.3 points a game. When you don't let teams score like that, I mean, come on, 9.3 points a game. That's incredible right there. I mean, their defense is just amazing. Looking at some of the guys they have on defense, let's start off with Battles. Battles is, he gets that team, that defense ready to go each and every week. Of course, he doesn't need to get those guys going because they got a lot of vets on the team. They got guys like Vince Stevenson, who I had a chance to interview last year, great guy. You also have some of the other players, Andre Smith, Ahmad Mathis, Oscar Valdez, my boy Dog, who I know for a long time also, Eric Nino, also Chris Jones. They got a lot of good guys on this team, and they're showing why they are the best defense in the league, bar none. Probably one of the best defenses I've seen as a team in a very long time. In the 4 or 5 years I've been in the league. So hats off to you guys for pulling off that amazing feat. Also, on offense, Silk. I mean, old man Silk, what can you say? That guy, I saw him run a touchdown a couple weeks ago, and I mean, he ran it for quite a few yards. I mean, I thought he was going to have to pull out the oxygen tank and get a stretch after he ran that play, but he's really extending plays and keeping this offense rolling. I know they struggled. I mean, in the end, it because they're scoring 31 points, enough to be third. And like I said, when you extend plays, you can really keep a defense on it because they know what you're going to do. They don't know if to run the ball or pass the ball. So it's real confusing for a defense when you get a play going like that for more than 6-7 seconds, which is longer than the average play in football. Let's move on to the Bulldogs. Bulldogs are on a mission, and these guys are looking to earn that respect. RESPECT, and that's what they are gunning for. I mean, people didn't take them too seriously probably the first or second game in the season, but they've really shown, everybody that they can get it done. I talked to a couple of guys from a few different teams about the Bulldogs, and I told them, I said, they asked me, who do you think is coming out the South? I said, I honestly think the Bulldogs are because those guys are hungry. I mean, they came close last year facing that big Rough Rider team, and guys are on the Renegades also. So, I mean, it's not like they haven't faced this team before. They faced them last year in the conference championship and came very, very close to winning that, going to the April Cup, but they didn't get it done. So this year, that's why they are on the mission to earn that respect. The way these guys put up points, I saw them last week, and being down as many points as they were, I think it was close to like 16, 17 points, they came back in a hurry, and before you knew it, they were in that ball game going to the second half. So, I mean, these guys can put up points in bunches. And looking at some of the guys on their team, let's start off with the quarterback, Jimmy Kelly. Jimmy Kelly is a good quarterback, fundamentally sound, get the ball where it needs to be. I know some of his receivers, they were getting upset at him last week, but this guy puts the ball where it needs to be at, and, he can get the job done. He put it in the air. He's very accurate. So you combine that accuracy along with the speed that this guy has, real dangerous combination. Their defense may not be one of the best defenses in the league, but when it's crunch time and they need to get the job done, they do get the job done. Right now, they're 6th in the league, allowing 20.8 points a game, which is okay, average. But like I said, in crunch time, they get the job done. So as a lot of you guys saw last week and in prior weeks, they come through in the clutch when need be. Some of those defensive players, Tony Jacks, Terrence King, Danny Silva, who I had a chance to speak with yesterday. Also Charles Newell and Chris Bolden. Chris Bolden, I heard a lot of great things about him last year. Really hadn't heard too much from him this year, so I'm just waiting to see when he's going to step up and make some noise this year. Also, some of the guys at the linebacker position, you got Anderson, Kinslow, also Eppolito and Tharp. They're pretty good. And it's going to be a challenge to stop this Renegades offense, but they have the speed to do it. Those guys are young, so it's not like they're going to get tired. But I have seen young teams get tired before, and that's going to be one of the key issues in this game. Blake Sledge, you saw him in one of our games of the weeks, caught that big pass in that game and game-winning pass, and I mean he's one of the better backs in the league. I was looking on the message board yesterday, and a lot of people have said a lot of good things about this guy, and I've talked to him myself. Really good guy, really good guy. Also, John Martin, Kenny Garza also spoke with John Martin. He expects this team to come out better than they did last week and playing with a lot more emotion than what they started off with. They came out very flat, and they can't afford to be down by that much against this Renegade team who knows when to put the clamp down. When they smell blood in the water, they're going to get you. So they can ill afford to get down by as many points as they did last week. But I know those guys are going to be up for the challenge and come out with the emotion that they need to. Let's talk about some of the X factors. Like I said, the intimidation factor, facing those guys, it was facing a lot of those guys last year in that conference championship. I don't think intimidation is a factor, although they've added a couple of pieces. So, I mean, that whole team, with the hits that they dish out and, as much trash as they talk, and I'm talking like Kevin Garnett type trash, they can really intimidate a team. But this is a young Bulldogs team. They faced them last year, so I don't think they're going to get too rattled. Their coach, Daniel Silva, he's going to keep those guys in the game and make sure that they don't, that the Renegades don't get in their heads too much. Also, can the Renegades keep their cool? Like I said earlier, everybody's been waiting for it. We don't know when it's going to happen, how it's going to happen, but we'll see if it happens in this game. They have to play. They're going to play with that chip on their shoulder throughout the whole season because it's there now, and that's one of the underlying titles that they're just going to have to deal with. Can they keep their cool? If not, it's possible one of their key players may get ejected. I know Dog, he's a pretty heated player at times, and he can go over the line. But I think they know how big this game is. They know, what the outcome of this game can lead to as far as first place in their conference. So I think a lot of those guys are going to keep their cool. They know what's on the line. They know what's at stake. And then also, last but not least, they got the vets against the young guns. Young guns putting up points, doing it, like the Phoenix Suns are doing at just a scorching pace. Can they withstand the veterans who have been in this league for a very long time? It's going to be a great game. I actually don't know who to pick. Like I said, I talked to John Martin earlier I talked to John yesterday, and he told me that they're up for this game. I mean, to win this game would give them a whole lot of confidence going into what a lot of people expect this to be, the conference championship. But you got the Wrecking Crew right there, so who knows? It may be different. But if this game goes as expected and the season goes as expected, then you can expect these two teams to end up in that conference championship. He said that it's going to give him a lot of confidence playing them, in the playoffs, and should be a good one. Man, if I had to pick a team right now, I would have to say I'm going to give it to the Bulldogs. Right now, they have everything going for them. Coming off that loss last week, I think they're coming out ready to play, and they're ready to show the league that they're not pretenders. They actually want to take over in the South and be that one team that everybody is gunning for in the South. So I'm going to take the Bulldogs in that one. I'm going to take the Outlaws in the earlier game. And there you have it, folks. Once again, we're going to close out this show. And get up early. Please get up early. Support these 4 teams. Support the league. Let's get the fans out there. If you know some people, tell them to come out to the games. Let's really pack those stands. Not just this week, but each and every week. Get out there, spread the word, and let's make this league bigger than what it already is. So until next week, ladies and gentlemen, I say good night, farewell, and I'll see you bright and early at the games starting at 8:30. Good night, everybody.